Hey guys, welcome back to another Rams House video, and if you could give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Now I know that much of us are reeling over that Jets lost to a winless team yesterday, but I'm hoping that I'm here just to help us get our minds off that and look forward to the playoffs and playing these Seahawks, so I'll be predicting that in this video. Now, this is extremely high playoff prediction and implications. So as you can see the standings right here for the NFC West, the Seahawks are on top and they're over by a win. But if we beat the Seahawks next week, we would have swept them and we'll be on top of it. Even if we both have a 10-5 record, we'll be on top. And then the next game after that will be extremely important for playoff implications, because if we lose that game, the Seahawks win, they'll win the division, and then or if we're tied, and then we'll win the division if we win this next week. So this is an important game right here. That's all I'm trying to say. So we remember last time what happened with this Rams versus Seahawks game. It was actually really fun to watch. In the end, the score was a lot closer than it really was. The Rams had I would say they had more of the firepower on offense before, but now we're getting into this game. And I think a huge part of this game for the Seahawks is they have their running game back with Chris Carson and their running backs. They had some guys on injured reserve, and I think they had COVID before, and that's really what affected the Seahawks game, because they do like to run the ball a lot, and when they're just forced to pass a lot, that's bad for any team, especially against the Rams defense. So that's what we saw last time, but now that they get the running back crew back, that should help them make this even closer. So I would say the keys for the Rams to win this game is to be able to stop that run, and for Goff, obviously, to be good, because it's been really frustrating how inconsistent he is. And so he's going to have to be consistent for this game. And we're just going to have to make sure our defense plays well, because against the Jets, besides the second half, it really did not play up to its usual standards. It was giving up big plays, and it was just not playing to its potential and what we've already seen this year. So that's what they're going to be needing to do. Hopefully AD can get some sacks, because he always seems to sack Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. So that's what we're hoping to happen there. But again, having those running backs back for Seattle is going to give them a big help, and I could definitely see the Seahawks winning this game. The hard thing to predict about this game is that since the Rams are so inconsistent, sorry about that, it's just really hard to predict a game, because everybody's expecting them to beat the Jets, and look what happened there. So that's not making it any easier for us to try to predict this. So it's really tough to predict. I think that Ramsey could definitely shut down DK like last time. Last time he let DK only get 28 yards on 2 receptions, and one of them wasn't even his fault. So that just shows you how good DK is, and how much Jalen Ramsey can just shut him down, because he only had 28 yards. So that's going to be another key there. I don't think that the Seahawks offense is like extremely high powered like a Chiefs team, for example, but they still are going to be a tough team to stop, and our defense still has to step up. I think that they know what the indications are for this game to try to get in the playoffs and take this division, because if we lose this, I think the Seahawks are going to take the division, honestly. So they know what they're going into this game. They know it's a divisional game. For me, sometimes it feels like with the Rams, especially this year, when they're facing tough opponents, they can pull out the wins, and they know what they need to do, and they play hard. Obviously against San Francisco, I think both times we kind of overlooked them because of their record and everything, and they just seem to get the better of us, because it just always seems to happen with the 49ers. But it always seems like we can compete with any team. It just matters on what team's going to show up for the Rams, especially on the offensive side. I don't think defense has been a huge problem, but that's been what's been happening this year. So it's really hard to predict this, but I think if the Rams offense is on point like they were against the Patriots, and even near the end of that game against the Jets where they had some of those drives, take away those penalties that we had, we definitely would have won that. And just stick to running the ball, and also just using that for play action to make sure Goff is protected. That's what they're going to need to do to win. So I'm going to say for this game that if the Rams were to win, which I think they can, they just need to show up and play hard. What they would need to do are all those things, and I'm going to guess that the score of this one is 27-20, and that's my final score prediction. We're going to have to play lockdown defense like we did last time, but the pressure on Wilson, make him make bad decisions, and shut down DK, that's going to be a huge part, and also stopping those running backs. And then for the Rams, on the offensive side, just make sure you're consistent, make sure you play hard, because that's just going to be a huge key to this game. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you stick to the end, that shows you that you probably would like this video and that you're interested in it. So please feel free to click that subscribe button. Horns up, God bless everybody, and Merry Christmas.